Hey everybody, welcome to Real Estate Real Talk. And today we got Alger Studstill from Century 21 One Blue with us. Thank you for being with us today. This has been exciting.
Yes.
Today what we're going to finish up on keeping our children involved in the real estate process. Now look, when I say keeping the children involved, that don't mean have your children. The worst thing I hate is when I have an open house. And the kids just come, they just eating up all the cookies and getting all the sodas and all the. I'm not saying don't bring your children. Your children are not buying this house. We're talking about keeping them involved, educating them. So Alger, go ahead.
It's important to educate. So when you're looking or when your agent comes and they're going over prospective properties, let the children be involved. Mm-hmm. Let them see which one they like. Explain it to them. You know, if you got to pick out new wall color or new paint, new furniture, let them be involved in that. But definitely be mindful when you're taking them to somebody else's home.
Yes.
Make sure they use the restroom before they get to the home.
Yes.
Because you don't know if the electricity is still on, if the plumbing's still working. So just be mindful. But I definitely think they need to be involved in the process. We talked about earlier, what they see is what they'll be. And so let them see the homes. Even if it's not the home that you end up with, let them see the process. Let them meet the people.
Absolutely. And you know what? That's so good, because being in real estate, there's so many different moving parts, and it's a lot. It can be frustrating at times, and kids are like sponges. So when they're asking all those millions and millions of questions, you know, it's so important, you know, for realtors, for parents that know a little bit more about the process. Be patient, talk to them, let them know, answer the questions. And I mentioned previously that I actually take my kids with me to some of the homes so they can actually see what I do, and then I let them start to ask questions, and then we go from there.
Go ahead. I like it. I just want to add, I like it when a parent brings the child to the table at the closing.
Oh,
And they see the sign.
Yes.
You know, this is what I'm doing for you.
Yes.
I'm taking our family to the next level. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I did a showing and the family was still in the home. So they were there for the showing. And so I had my client with me and they had a kid. And so it was funny because the kids started to have their own little mock interview. So the young girl that lived in the home was like, now listen, if you get this house, you got to make sure you take care of the room, and we
Take
don't
care of my room.
Right.
That's
we
good.
don't draw on the walls, and this is the secret passageway to get to the kitchen late at night to make sure that you don't get caught. So it's cute to see those types of things as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I first got into real estate, I was going from being a stay-at-home mom where I was literally only talking to children, and then I, had to talk to adults. So I actually loved it when they brought the kids, because I'm like, oh, I know how to talk to you. This is who I've been talking to for the last 5 years, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I think it's fun, and I think it's important that kids are involved. But I think it's like we're talking about. We need to make sure that the kids see the whole transaction. They need to know like what the process is. Oh, I remember my mom bought a house when I was a little kid, and I got to go in, but I like to bring the kids in, and I like to try to make them choose their rooms and say, which one is going to be your room? Because then it gets the parents, right?
Right.
When I'm out with a buyer, when they have their children with them, I usually pull the kids to the side and say, go in there and pick your room.
Right.
Go in there and pick your room, so your mama know we need to buy this house.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Gabby?
And then I was going to say, I totally agree with what everyone is saying, because I can remember my mom taking me with her when she went to the bank to get a loan to buy a car. Mm-hmm. So she took me with her, and I didn't forget that experience.
Yes.
Right.
So much that when she got mad at me and took her car back from me, that my uncle had to tell her, oh, Devin she has another car now. My mom said, what? Because I guess she assumed that when she took her car that I wasn't going to have a car, but she didn't remember that I went with her. And I knew how to go and get a loan to get a car.
Right.
So if I can learn that from being with my mom to go buy a car, what can children learn if we take them with us on our journey when we're purchasing a home?
Absolutely.
And Alger, since you're our special guest, I just want to let you have the floor, because I think it's so unique with both jobs and the two hats that you wear, the views that you have. So
let's talk about my third hat. So,
okay, let's do that.
So I'm a youth and young adult pastor, and
Oh.
even if I'm not taking kids to the home, it's about having the conversation. So I'm talking to my young people like, hey, when you go off to college or when you finish, let's talk about that investment property. Let's start sowing those seeds. And so now because of COVID, I can do a virtual tour at the church and say, hey, tell me what sticks out to you at this home. And then some of my kids don't know what they want to do. So it's like, listen, why not think about real estate as a career?
Right.
That's true.
And so it's not just about, helping other people secure their financial wealth, but let's talk about what career you could have in this. So it's really about getting those conversations started.
All right, Pastor, we better be on our best behavior since you're talking with the pastor.
Absolutely.
You know what? This has been such an enriching conversation.
Yes.
I think that we have to have this conversation more about our children, because the children are our future. As realtors, we need to bring our kids with us for our closings and for showings, because we're building not only income, we're building a legacy for them also.
Absolutely. 100%.
Well, I think that's going to be a wrap. I want to thank Alger Studstill for joining us today. I mean, you've enlightened us and the conversation was so good. I'd also like to thank my A-team, Sarah and Devin, and the viewers, because we'd be nothing without you. Don't forget to share and like, and we'll see you next time on Real Estate Real Talk.